Over there in the distance you can see the cobalt that I'm after, and in order to get there we need a tunnel, but it's 5¼ kilometers, which is rather a lot, so we need a tunneler, a TBM, and this, my friends, is it. It's colour coded so that we can see what's happening, so that I understand it. So the drills drill, collect the stone is brown, goes through this brownish piston, down this piston, through the collector and out, and it would eventually go into the refineries, which are all hooked up to various assemblers making parts. These parts will then be fed back in through the blue route and along to the welders, which aren't here yet, but there will be welders attached here building this walking tunneler. Now, it was a bit unstable, other attempts, so I decided to put in a third leg, which is this grey one here. So the grey one will do the major walking and secure itself, then the other pistons will move forward, so it should keep everything stable. I've copied it into the system as a blueprint, and it's Control B to do that, and let's go and have a look at it, because I've set it up in the pit. Now I need 7 blocks high, 7 blocks tall to work with that particular prototype, and I want my tunnel to be roughly this level, so that means I've had to work from the top. So we count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here is the projector, and it's projecting out my blueprint. And you might think, but that looks like nothing like what's up outside, and that's because outside there are 2 grids. The upper grid is the one with the drills on it, and the lower grid is this part that you can see here, and the blueprint can only project the largest grid, which happened to be the bottom one. So when you put a projector on the wall, this had me confused for a little while. Notice there's some orientation on it. The cross is the top, so always align the cross to the top, and the end with a stripe, a bar on it, goes towards the back. Then load in your blueprint, and all you have to do is just offset it by however many blocks, because it always picks up the corner. And this blueprint is 3 wide, so I've only have to offset it by 1, and I'm using it to work out how far I need to drill, which is a long way, and I need to prepare this before I can actually start building it. So here you can see where the blue pipes travel all the way up the tunnel, and I need to clear that by hand before I can actually get those in, and the same with the brown pipes for the stone. So yeah, a lot of work to do, but hey, we're getting there. A few changes. I've added some more batteries, and I now have an advanced refinery, an advanced assembler, and the last of my plates went on this large container. I'm so desperate for containers. Oh, I've even made some small ones, and I'll start making a wall of them. Over here are all my refineries and basic assemblies. These are all basic to build the parts for the welders. So these will all need to be plumbed in, and each assembler will be building one part only, and it will be working in repeat mode, so that there won't be any delays or anything else like that. No bottlenecks. That is the plan, but we shall see how it goes. So that's about it. A lot of work to do. I'm desperate to get my hands on that cobalt. So this is the plan. I have finished off all my hand welding and installed a little light here so that we can see what's happening. I've also welded up the grid down below, and what I discovered rather interestingly is that the holographic projector is now showing piston heads. So this to me is a little bit strange. So let's see what happens. Can I now build a piston on top? Apparently not. Now this one. Oh, steel plate. So I'm wondering why it's showing the piston head, but not the actual piston. This is rather confusing. Perhaps it's because it's fully extended. Nothing. I can only do the head. How peculiar. Okay, well, not to worry. It's drilled out. I shall start building from the top up here downwards and plug in these pistons, and from there I can work out how far I need to drill for the drills. Doesn't sound right, but hey. And yeah, we're getting there. Okay, I've had a bit of a change of heart. So I've actually rolled back quite a bit actually, and this is now the pits. I've moved everything downstairs, and here we go. I've used up all my metal plate on a large container and redone the plumbing, filled in the floor, removed the lift because it was just getting in the way. Now, using my blueprint, I have managed to get this onto a projector, and it is now heading in what hopefully will be the right direction. Let's just do this again. So I discovered, to my horror, that if you have a projector which is suspended by some form or other, e.g. an advanced rotor or piston or something or other, you cannot weld it if it is in contact with any other object, including the ground, which is why I had to roll back. So I've aligned myself, or these particular blocks, on our cobalt source, which we need to get to, gone down the 7 blocks and added in a projector. Now these blocks, these ones here, they are aligned with the cobalt seam, but they are not attached to the main grid, and it should be reasonably accurate. Anyhow, the projector is now orientated and projecting the blueprint, and as we can see it's going out in the right direction, which is good. And as a test, I've actually buried this particular block into the ground whilst attached to the projection, which have been partially welded, which proves that you can actually anchor projections into the ground, provided they are not suspended by any method. Now I could drill this out by hand, but I'm not going to, because it's going to take a month Sundays. Where the lift was, down here, I've already got some pistons set up. So what I will do is set up these pistons with a drill, and I'm just going to drill in the general direction and clear everything which is out there. This advanced rotor here and small pistons are purely here to supply power to that particular grid. But to get it to work, I still had to put a battery on it, but I'll make use of it and charge it whilst it's on there. And the reason why it's small pistons or small blocks is I could put the rotor in closer to this connector here and get a better angle on the on a couple of connectors. It's not perfect, but it's close enough to work. And once I had a battery installed on the other grid, I was then able to get them to lock. So that's where I am at the moment. So I'm going to plumb the lift in, the original lifts, into the refinery, and then start drilling carefully and slowly in the general direction, making space for the tunnelling machine. So, a lot to do.